guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be going over how I set up my new sketchbook. This is my third sketchbook that I've done, and it's one of the Talens art creation sketchbooks that I got off of Blick. I also got these fine liners so that I can set it up, and all my other ones had died, so I bought these cheap ones from the dollar store. There are 3 pens that came in this pack, and I like the one that's labeled small. It's a pretty good size for me. I also bought this pencil while I was shopping just because of how much shipping was. It just worked well with my gift card. So I printed out these stickers that have some of my digital artwork and a couple pieces of traditional artwork that I wanted to use to personalize my sketchbook cover. So I have some of my OCs and little characters I just wanted to stick on, and then I also had some other stickers that I wanted to try and use, but I ended up only using a couple of them and a number sticker to put on the spine of this sketchbook. I usually get my sketchbooks from Michael's and they're not great quality, so it's kind of nice to be able to decorate the outside and not worry about having to protect it very well, especially this color. I also already know it's going to be so much more inspiring to start creating in my sketchbook when I can look at the cover and see some of the art that I've already made. I'm honestly so proud with how it turned out. I've already shown everybody in my life all the time. It looks so good. And it's still low-key affordable. But opening up the sketchbook, the paper is an off-white color. I'd already sketched out some things for my cover page, and I had a little to-do list because I always forget what I need to do for my videos. So I just lined all of the sketches that I had in my cover page. I always kind of set up my cover pages very similarly, and I just like to draw things that I'm comfortable with, so I ended up drawing myself, and I drew Nibbler, and I wrote out some of my goals that I want to finish and a little message to myself. It's actually kind of nice that I do this because it makes it easy to see the improvement in my art and how different I draw things over time. And it also makes it harder for me to feel like I've ruined the first page of my sketchbook. I didn't want to use the eraser on my pencil, so I used this cheap eraser and just erased my sketch. And then I tend to use crayons a lot in my sketchbook, especially at the start. I got these ones that I wanted to use. They're just Crayola, and it just makes the vibe a little bit less high stakes. It makes me feel more comfortable, so I just colored it, filled it in with some color. It just is really low stakes. I also have a testing page at the back of my sketchbook that I'll be using later. I really like the Crayola Colors of the World set so much, just because I feel like I can use it to reference mixing colors for skin tones and hair, and it's just really a complete set of colors. But it's really simple, really chill first page, gets me started, and I don't have to worry about the paper. So I tested out some colored pencils. I assumed that they would work really well. I was just curious to test them, and then I tested out some watercolors as well because I love to work with watercolor. And in my last sketchbook, doing one layer of watercolor, it would buckle quite a lot, which I honestly don't mind. I like the texture, but it would ghost through, and sometimes using different dark colors, you would actually see it muddy up the back of another page, and it was not the best. It's not the worst for just a sketchbook, especially since those are so cheap. But I thought I'd test it out since I've seen a lot of people using gouache, especially in these sketchbooks, and people say that they're good for mixed media, which I was kind of skeptical about with the price tag because this one was 14 USD, but I let it dry, and looking dead on, you really can't tell. You let the shadows hit and you can see the buckling, but over time I've done another piece in here and the buckling will just go away for the most part. So next, I just number every other page of my sketchbooks. I just do odd numbers. It's just how I do things. So here it is, all done. I think it looks good the way it is. So the way that I organize my art is a little bit different. I used to not do sketchbooks. Like for the first 6 years I was doing art, I just never did, and I used these folders. And I just do by 2-year increments just because that's how I started doing it in elementary school, where I put just all the finished artworks on one side and all of the sketches that I did basically on the other side. It's just how I've always sorted my art. It's great now that I'm using a sketchbook because I can actually get more art out. But I bought this new one. It was plastic, which I thought would be good for keeping it in good condition, because some of my older ones they've been through it. But I have some more sticker paper, so I made some labels since I couldn't directly write on it, and I just felt that would be easier, so I could have my sketches on one side and finished art on the other side. This folder was $1, so I'm quite happy with it. So I just put some paper, some of my sticker paper, a little bit of watercolor paper on the sketches side for now, and then I also put in some Ziploc bags just because I have a habit of cutting out my finished artworks. It kind of makes them look like stickers. And then I made a front label as well where I put my name and the years on it, and I just made sure to cut that out as well. Since this one will be from 2025 to 2026, I won't need to do another folder yet until 2027, which is kind of crazy because the first one I have, I don't remember what year it is. I think that it's 2017 to 2018, and it's just crazy to have so many. I also have a couple stickers that I add to decorate it. But if you guys would like, I could go through some of my older artworks as well, or if you want to see the stuff that I have posted, my art Instagram is linked in the description below, and you can just scroll all the way down and find some of my older art that I made when I was 11 and 12 years old. But yeah, that's basically it for that whole process. And it's just how I sort my artwork. I don't know if anybody else does it that way. I don't know what compelled me to do it, but I also erased all the pencil sketches for my labels. And that's it. Thank you for watching.